Shit. There we go. There we go. Hello. Sorry, my microphone decided to completely reset on me. I think it's all back up and running again. Oh god, does that mean Discord screwed up as well? Yeah, it did. Of course. Alright, there we go. That's better. Alright, hello. Hello, everyone. We're getting back on the Forever World today. We're going to be continuing our conquest of the Underground for all of the Dwarven Fortress today. I have been doing a little bit of work off camera, not a whole lot. I didn't make a whole lot of progress. There's been a lot of things going on in the past, like month or so. So yeah, we're gonna yap for a little bit because I want to go ahead and share exactly why I have been absent for the longest amount of time. And once we're done yapping, we'll go ahead and get into the game. I'll catch you guys up on everything that has been going on, and then we will get into the planning. My goal today is to at least start setting up a housing area for the dwarves, and I also want to start the mine shaft. So that is the goal for today. It's going to be a bit of a longer one, but I'm going to do my best not to take too long. All right, so I'm going to give you guys the TLDR for why I have been missing for so long, because this is a pretty personal story, and I don't really want to bore you guys with it all that much. So here's what's basically going on. Back in, I would say, when did I move back? I moved back in with Mama Velgaros like last year, at the end of last year. Yeah. And basically, I was living here to work at a new job, save up money, get my own place. That was the goal. All right. I was supposed to have my own place by the summer's past, right? Summer of 2025. Well, unfortunately, back in February, there was an accident. Mama Velgaros is fine. It's her boyfriend that had an accident. For right now, we're just going to call him T. And I'm not talking about Tyler. No. We're just going to call him T right now until I can come up with a better name for him. So essentially, T is a type 2 diabetic, and he had a lapse in his sugar and basically ruptured an artery in his skull, causing a massive brain bleed. He's okay. He's alive. But at the current moment in time, he is unable to take care of himself. So, since Mama V and T are not married, his parents have claimed guardianship. And the longest story short was his parents stabbed both me and Mama V in the back, took her truck that T bought for Mama V, and kicked both me and Mama V out of the house at the start of October. So all of October basically was me and Mama V frantically looking around for a new place to live. And it wasn't going very well. So that entire time that I haven't been streaming, I have been trying to find a place for both me and Mama V to live. But I owe a lot of people a thank you for especially all of my friends who have been keeping me mentally sane throughout this entire process. I cannot believe the amount of stress and the amount of just overall mental torture that I had to go through in order to make this possible. So you guys don't have to worry, okay? I am safe. Mama V is safe. We are perfectly okay. We got a new house that we're renting right now. You know, my internet may not be the best, but you know, it's okay. Most of the stress for moving into a new house is finally over. We just got our last piece of furniture, which is awesome. And all of the basics are covered. We have enough money to get by for right now. And at the current moment in time, we are building up. And I keep telling myself, and I keep telling Mama V, that the only place that we can go is up from here. Like I said, I owe a lot of people a huge thank you. And I owe a lot of people a lot of gratitude and favors. Being surrounded by a bunch of people who were able to dedicate their time, their energy, and even their own money to help us has been warming for me. And I find it really sad that I was able to rely on people who I have barely known for 3 months compared to people who I've known my entire life, or people who I was supposed to call my quote unquote family. And it's come to the point now where it's just me and Mama V. We don't have to rely on anyone anymore, which is exactly what we wanted. Everything is through us. But thankfully, I was able to build up a little bit of stuff and money to make this all happen. So I have a house that is now in my name, first name on the lease. I have a car. I bought my mom a car that she's helping me pay for. And it's kind of eye-opening, really, that I went from just some anime guy on the internet playing Minecraft and video games to owning being the first name on a renter's lease and owning a fucking car in the span of 3 weeks. It was a lot. But yeah. Mama V is still, you know, visiting T, making sure that he's okay and everything is good. Me, I have been working my ass off to keep this house stable and put furniture in it, make it comfortable for both me and Mama V. So, yeah. It's been hard. It's been really, really hard. But it has opened up a lot of viewpoints for me. And you never really know who is on your side or who you can trust to do things until something really bad happens. And let me tell you one thing. I am horrifically grateful for all the people who have been helping me and who have been helping Mama V. Because if it weren't for them, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't be able to stream to you guys right now. And I don't know where we would be. But I am grateful for the people who have helped us. So that's pretty much what's been going on. But as of right now, everything is fine. Everything is going to get better. And I cannot wait to see where our future goes from here. Because like I said earlier, I have been consistently telling Mama V, I have been consistently telling everybody who has been helping us that there's nowhere for us to go but up. So I am very excited to see what the future has in store for us. 2025 may have been a really shitty year. I'm going to tell you guys right now, okay? The clip compilation for this year is not going to be a good one. Okay? Not a whole lot of clips have been able to be collected because I haven't been streaming because of this entire situation. And like I said, I summarized the hell out of that. There was a lot more in the background that's been going on, but that was the general gist of everything. So the clip compilation is going to be a little short this year, maybe, but I'm going to promise you guys this, and I'm going to promise you guys this right now. 2026, that's going to be our year. That is 100% going to be our year. We are going to make strides to make 2026 the best fucking year that we can possibly make it. Okay? So, with all of that, we're done with the yapping. We're done with the yapping. Let's go play some Minecraft, yeah? All right, so there has been a lot of changes. I need to turn down the render distance a little bit. A lot of changes have been happening around in the Forever World. So let me fill you in. I have just basically been doing a lot of general maintenance that needed to be done, pretty much. So basically, as you guys could probably tell by my hotbar, I went netherite farming, and I got myself a really, really good set of tools, armor. I think I'm gonna also make another axe that's gonna have what's it called, silk touch on it. So yeah, farmed up a bunch of netherite. And our tools, I've been working on getting us some more extra tools. Like, we got 4 good shovels to go. We got 3 pickaxes good, 4 hoes, and a couple of diamond axes that I have working on right now. We have one that's at silk touch, a couple of fortune ones, but yeah, I want to get this entire chest eventually set up to netherite, but for now, this is a pretty good setup. I farmed another beacon. I went and got enough wither skeleton skulls, including the one that I had sitting right here, and fought another wither, got another beacon, because only having the one beacon over at the Dwarven Fortress has been kind of annoying, really. So yeah, I just did that. Made a new bow. What else? I don't know. There was a lot. I did a lot. Fully enchanted a trident. Got a really good fishing rod. Made some end crystals so that way we could fight the Ender Dragon a couple more times. Got some Frostwalker boots. Renamed my other 2 pickaxes. Cash money for the Fortune 3 and the Cobbler for when I actually need cobblestone. And oh, another major thing that I did. I went and I fought a couple of Elder Guardians. I raided a few Guardian temples because I wanted sponges. I needed spoonges. And then I went end busting. 9 elytras. I actually died and lost an elytra and my full set of diamond armor. Hence the reason why now everything is netherite. So yeah, I went end busting, I went guardian raiding. I got over 3 stacks of sponges, which is awesome. I can't believe I got that many. I got, what is that, 24 more shulker boxes, and I have enough Eyes of Ender to make the rest of the end crystals to fight the dragon a few more times. So we're gonna do that eventually. I've also started working on a couple of backup sets of armor, but I figured only having like the 1 set of netherite is okay for right now. Because I'll tell you what, I actually had a really good run with netherite farming. I didn't even use the tunnel board. That's the crazy part. I took a bunch of wool from our sheep farm over here, and I went netherite bombing with just some of the sheep farm or some of the wool from the sheep farm here. Went out and I got some armadillos, because they were just chilling over in the savannah over here. So I don't really know what else there is to tell you guys. Yeah. So that's another thing. I went out and I got a crap ton of bone blocks. That's, what is that, 4 stacks? 5, 6, 7, yeah, just a little over under 7 stacks of bone blocks for bone meal. Because I needed some more bone meal for our glow lichen farm here. We got the dirt farm as well, but one thing that I know for certain that I wanted to address, I'm probably only going to be working on the Dwarven Fortress on stream anymore. And the reason for that is because I wanted to get started on our industrial farms. All right, hold on. I think Mama just texted me. She did. Cool. So, where did that egg just go? It got sucked up by the... God damn it. Yep. Alright. So yeah, our sniffer farm is doing pretty good. Our iron farm is doing pretty good. And I am still horrifically low on rockets. Alright, let's figure this out now. We got a bunch of items here. Extra water breathing tokens, potions. Alright, what do we got? Oh, project spawn remodel. That is supposed to be in this chest. Don't know why it's not. Oh yeah, I'm also running out of diamonds. I didn't make the armors or anything out of them. The armor supplied the ones that are in my house, but the diamonds, I needed the diamonds in order to make the netherite upgrades. That's also the part of the reason why I don't want to upgrade all of the tools I have right now. All right, so here we are, back over at the fortress. Sheep farms looking pretty good. Storages are also pretty full, I'm not gonna lie. And our smelters are locked and loaded with probably well over 4,000 items worth of fuel. So, let's figure this out now. I want to take a break from working on the outside of the fortress a little bit. Because, oh my god, this has been crazy. I'm show you around, actually. I've been mainly focusing over on this side of the fortress. And as you can see, we got a pretty decent amount of work done. So, we got practically the entire upper portion of the trading hall finished. And of course, down below is just going to be even more space to add more traders to the mix. What I'm planning on doing is taking the sheet of snow here, kicking it upwards, and building a wall. I think that lines up with this block here. That just completely encases this entire thing. And that will open up this whole area down here for more trading and activities. Because I do want all of the area here to be for villager trading. Now, the underground. Oh boy, the underground has been quite interesting. So yes, of course, all of this is going to be our target for today. So basically what I want to do is I want to convert this whole space right here into a living quarters for the dwarves. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a spot somewhere over here, I think, that is supposed to tell us, hey, this is the level you're supposed to be building on. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Okay. So this layer right here, this is Y15. So this is Y15. And this is going to be the spot where the mine is gonna go. The first mine, I should say. Which means all of this, the deep slate, the deep dark, all of it needs to be covered. And that is going to be horrifically annoying. The plan is to basically turn this into a nice flat living quarters for everyone. And have multiple layers to the build. So up here, obviously, is going to be the main entrance, which is probably where I'm going to go ahead and start working on. Because if we can get the main entrance to work with the surrounding layer, then everything should be okay. So what I'm thinking is we divvy up the main area into layers, essentially. So how can I start visualizing this? Well, I gotta go get more rockets anyway. All right. This is gonna be weird. Oh wait, I needed dark oak wood. That's right. There's a little bit, some copper, that's spruce. Spruce. And all of those dark oak stairs. Okay, so I just need to farm some. Alright, so let's get some dark oak wood. I wanted to make slabs for the staircase going down into the mines. And unfortunately, we are in 1.21.10, so none of my mods are working. So that's great. So let's see here. I actually want to go and look and see if fast leaf decay is gone. Or has been updated. No. Alright. Unfortunate. Yeah, 1.20.10 is still kind of in its infancy when it comes to mods. All the quality of life mods, the vanilla enhancers, they'll eventually get changed and updated, but for right now, we just gotta put up with it. But that's okay. Really not worried about picking up any of the saplings either. I have so many dark oak saplings, it's insane. Alright, so to explain what I was talking about beforehand, before we got uberly distracted. I'm going to be mostly building the Dwarven Fortress on stream anymore, because I wanted to get started on our industrial area. Please excuse the sheep. So pretty much, I'm pretty sure, I know I showed you guys where I plan on building my industrial farm area, but it's basically, it's gonna be a giant basically a giant AFK farm. So I'll be able to sit tight up in like a mob farm and have a whole bunch of different farms going at the same time, just to make things a little bit more easier to collect. The mob farm is like an essential thing, because I'm getting really sick and tired of having to run around all the time to collect gunpowder and make rockets with them. So I want to, you know, get that ball rolling. But it's mostly just going to be a place to where I can just farm things while I do other stuff. Mostly just coming up with ideas and everything. But let's see here. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the staircase is going to be right here. 3. Oh, give me 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Yeah. Alright, I'll tell you one thing also. Collecting ore has been super crazy. Obviously, the dwarves need to process some stuff, you know? Actually have things to work on. And collecting all of this ore has been nuts. Okay, hold on. The music is clashing with... There we go. Sorry, the music was clashing with the music that was playing for the stream. It was really throwing me off. Ugh. Okay, so we really got to start thinking about what we're going to be doing with the lower reaches of the Dwarven Mines. All right, so now I got to figure out how the hell I'm going to start curving this, you know? So I want the staircase to be, I don't know, 4 blocks wide? Would 4 blocks be a good idea? Also my skin is broken. I don't know why. I have tried resetting my skin for a couple days now, and it won't work. But why, Mojang? Why? Okay, so here is probably the easiest way to do this. What we do is we set up a landing. Technically speaking, that is the very edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the very edge of the spiral, right? And we want the spiral to be about 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This would be the technical spot where the landing would be to match up with the rest of the bridge, right? So let's tear this down. This actually works out pretty nicely because this is also half-slabbed. So we don't have to worry about mobs spawning on here. Okay, so what we do... Oop, nope. One, two, three, 4. 4. Oh, this is gonna be a tricky one. Hunter, what's up, dude? Welcome back. How's it going? I actually just took a drink, but you know what? I'll take another one just for you, buddy. You should jump. You wouldn't take much fall damage. You're right. You're right. I wouldn't. How's it going? Did I eat today? Yes, I did. I actually had some soup before stream. You know what? I should go get some spruce logs. So that way I can set up like railings and stuff. Yeah, had some soup before stream. It was very good soup. It was spicy soup. Then for breakfast, I had some eggs. Mama V made some bacon and eggs, so that was nice. Well, I ate breakfast, oh god, probably close to 11 o'clock, so it was more like a brunch than anything. Ow. Last time I was here, you were playing Pathfinder. Yeah, I saw you tuned into Endroth. How did you enjoy it? I know it might have been a little bit confusing as to what was going on. That is not in the right spot. Alright. Didn't stick around long enough, it just popped in to say hi. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that's totally fine, dude. Like I said, nobody is ever obligated to stay in the stream. Just having you guys pop in, say hello. You know, just showing that you guys still care. It's more than enough for me, and I appreciate it. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better of a curve. But yeah. Today we are working on the grand staircase to go down into Dwarven Town, and we're also going to start working on the bridge that goes down into some residential areas. and eventually what's going to be the Dwarven Farms. But in order to make that work, we gotta get a way down, because at the current moment in time, you can only get down here by flying. Alright, then what we'll do is set up another pillar here. What plant we growing? We're growing taters and I forget what these things are called. Ow. No. Back, demon. Pitcher pods. Yes, we're growing potatoes and pitcher pods. Yeah. We were thinking potatoes and pitcher pods for the Dwarven city. Because we wanted kingdoms to have like a diverse diet. Yeah, we wanted to have like diversity in the food chain here. You have a more plants mod? No. Nope, this is all vanilla. This is all vanilla. I have a couple of quality of life mods installed, but nothing too serious. Whoops. Mostly just like inventory helpers and, you know, basic stuff like that. Nothing crazy. Okay, we don't want it hooking too hard here. Right here is about where we want it to start going this way. Because right about here is the next layer. What's a pitcher plant? It is showing how long I haven't played this game. They are a special little plant. Hold on. They're a special little plant that grow by actually, let me just fucking destroy everything in here. Pitcher pods. And then bone meal. We'll get a hoe. That's a pitcher pod. Yeah. Those are what's going to be planted alongside, of course, potatoes. Because we love potatoes here. And actually, if I have my things active here. Yeah, look at how pretty that is. With this, with the magic of a couple of resource packs, it looks great. So yeah, these are going to be our two primary crops in the in the Dwarven Kingdom. Now, we were thinking about using torch flowers as well, but chat decided that the torch flowers we're a little bit too like mystical, you know? And we were thinking that these two plants specifically are like hardy, you know. They come from the ground. They're able to withstand pretty much anything, you know. In potatoes, you could grow potatoes literally everywhere. So we were figuring that these two chunky vegetables would be like the heart and soul of the Dwarven Kingdom. So that was the plan with that. All right, I need to go grab some stone. Ow. So yeah, of course, the elves are probably the ones that are going to be having, what is it? Carrots and torch flowers. The human kingdom obviously is going to be having wheat. So I'm also thinking of bringing over some cow variants. I don't know what kind of cow variant though. I didn't actually think about that. Cow. Cow spawn egg. What is it? Is there not like a specific spawn egg for cows? Or is it just you get what you get? I don't know. I don't really know much about the different mob variants. But I really do like the way that the Highland cow looks. I was thinking of adding a couple of those to the build. Mushrooms? Oh! Actually, that makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Having mushrooms as a what's the word I'm looking for? As an export. Yeah, mushrooms grow in dark, damp places. It kind of makes sense to have the mushrooms be a part of the Dwarven Kingdom, which will give them 3 exports. Mushrooms and all of its products, pitcher pods, and potatoes. Could be. I don't know. Because I do know that I want the humans to be the ones exporting like the most amount of wheat in the world, right? Because it makes sense that the humans would be in charge of that. Yeah, I kind of like the way this looks a lot better than what I did over here. Although I don't necessarily like... I don't know. Damn, Seribot is working overtime today. Thank you, Seribot. Appreciate it. Yeah, I can't get over thinking about that now. All right, we're almost at the top. Question mark, took a sec to wash dishes. All good. What were you thinking about? I was thinking about what you said of the dwarves exporting mushrooms. And I was complimenting you on how good of an idea that is. Because it kind of makes sense. Mushrooms like to grow in dark, damp places. And with the dwarves being underground, it kind of just makes sense that they've found a way to harvest and export mushrooms. I thought it was a good idea, and I don't know why I never thought about that, because it makes sense. I don't know. I'll have to figure out, like, what exactly each kingdom provides for the world. I can picture a dwarf giving head pats to a mushroom cow. I agree. Well, luckily I also know where to find the mushrooms. I found a mushroom biome a while back. Okay, there we are. We're at the top. I'm not gonna lie, it's not exactly where I wanted it to pop out, but unfortunately, this is how it's gonna work. So we're gonna work around it. This happens a lot in construction. Sometimes random things just come about and you have to improvise. So now that begs the question then, if we want to do potatoes and mushrooms, don't you think we should save like the pitcher pods and stuff for the Elven Kingdom then? Or is that putting too much on the elves? What do the elves have? I was planning on having the elves do torch flowers and carrots. Chat, I think we're gonna need a chart for this. I think we are going to need a chart. Be gone, foul demons of the night. Because there's a lot of food products in vanilla Minecraft. Chart is definitely needed. Okay. Let me finish putting in this floor. Then we're gonna head into creative to figure this out. I also don't even know if I want to keep this floor the way it is. Whoops. I don't know if I want to keep this floor. Or if I just want to have this be an open concept. Wait, who's doing watermelon? Yeah, that's a good point. Don't know yet. Like I said, we need a chart. Let's light this up. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. Gorgeous spiral staircase. Going all the way up. Hell yeah. So the elves can do watermelon and the dwarves can do the tasty flower. Okay. Here, let's come over this way. So this is just all my random ideas that I have over here. This is a random idea that I'm having, that I'm currently working on right now. But let's figure this out, because now this is bothering me. We're getting horrifically sidetracked, but this is an important detail. It adds depth to the world's economy. And I like depth. So let's start off. Let's make a quick wall. All right, and what we'll do is we'll get item frames. And then we'll start collecting all the food items. So we have, well, apples. Now we got to figure out, now we got to just determine what foods are actually going to be grown and harvested. You know? Because I'll be completely honest with you guys, the elves have like the biggest potential of output of anything, really. So we gotta really think about this one. So you know what? Let's just grab everything. Okay. Carrots. Golden carrots, potatoes. Then we got beetroots, kelp, beef, pork, mutton, chicken, rabbit, cod, salmon. A half-elf owning an apple farm. Alright, so salmon, pufferfish, tropical fish, bread, cookies, mushroom stew, milk, honey, and then potions. So in tandem, wheat. So wheat, bread, cookies, mushroom stew, milk, honey, potions, sugar cane, pumpkins, watermelon, what else am I missing? What else am I missing? I know I'm missing something here. We're mostly talking about edibles, chat. We're mostly talking about edibles. So, torch flowers, pitcher pods, obviously. Sea pickles? Are sea pickles considered to be... No, you can't eat sea pickles. Although, you can technically grow them. So, torch flowers, pitcher pods, bamboo, the fungi. What else? Different trees will be region locked, obviously. Cactus you can grow. Vines and twisting vines, obviously. Do we have glowberries yet? No, glowberries are on that list as well. Netherwort, pickles, dry kelp, but we'll put regular kelp there. Bang, 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 bang. What else? Chorus fruit? I have chorus fruit already there. Kelp, bees, skulk. Oh, glowberries were already there? Where? Oh, down at the bottom. You're right. Okay. Goodbye. See, I mean, technically, you can also farm skulk. Have like a deep dark kingdom. I think we already have that planned, though. Fish farms. Brown and blue eggs. Well, okay, to be fair, the dwarves also have their minerals. They have their minerals that they also export, and that's going to be their major point. Right? Okay, so what I'm thinking here, resin is also something that you can farm, but you can't eat it. I'm mostly just thinking about things that we can eat. So pretty much this is what we're looking at here. So let's think about it this way. The Dwarven Kingdom is capable of growing a lot of like underground things. The metal is their main trade, and they also trade pitcher plants. Yeah. But we have to make sure that they have a sustainable ecosystem, right? So, let me think here. Like you said earlier, Hunter, I really like the idea of having the mushroom products be a part of the Dwarven Kingdom. I like that idea. And we did say that we wanted potatoes as well. Glowberries also make sense. Whoops. There we go. Glowberries also make sense to be growing underground. And the pitcher plants also make sense. They're hardy, they're beefy, same way that potatoes are. So we definitely want to keep that. I feel like wheat is just like hold on, let me look this up. What are the growing conditions for wheat? Well-drained, fertile loam soil requires at least 6 hours of direct sunlight. Okay, so they can't grow wheat underground. You can't grow wheat underground, so that's unfortunate. I don't know. Beetroots might also be a thing that they can do. I'm also thinking cows. Whoops. I'm also thinking cows and sheep being an export. Because think of it this way. Steak is like the hardiest meal that you can, or the hardiest single food that you can make. Right? And sheep, mostly because the sheep are what's going to be the aid of the Dwarven Kingdom when they discover the Deep Dark. Because yes, we're implementing we're adding the Deep Dark into the lore of the Dwarven Kingdom. They're the ones who are going to be discovering it and telling the world, hey, this is a thing. And then anything else that comes in, will be foreign, you know? I kind of like this idea. So we need glowberries, we need mycelium, which is fine. Yeah, we'll go with that, at least for right now. There's still a lot that we need to figure out. Oh, I just remembered something. I also just remembered something. They have to have pigs too. Yeah, they have to have pigs too. Of course. The dwarven war pigs of Lord of the Rings. Or the war boars, or however you would call them that. I think the dwarven war boar would be the better way to describe that. Yeah, because I like the idea that the dwarves like domesticated a bunch of pigs and turned them into their war mounts. I think that's great. All right, now comes the most annoying part. The bridge. So we're gonna fix all of this stuff up later on. But for now, what we're gonna do like I said, I wanted to break the Dwarven Kingdom, basically layering them on top of each other inside the mountain. I don't know how this is gonna look. I've never attempted a build like this before. But essentially, because I don't want the staircase to just come straight down, because I think that looks a little, you know, shitty. What I was thinking of is have it come down, link up with this, and then come over to this section here to where this whole thing interconnects with this spot over here. So what I'm thinking is we tear all of this out. All of this, get rid of this, right? Turn this into a more livable situation here. And have this be our first little living quarter over here. Then the path, of course, is going to continue down this way, probably following this wall, and which will eventually lead into maybe a couple more houses in this part here, and then down into this to where I want to rip all of this stone out, close up that waterfall, so that way you have a perfect view right here of where the primary forge is gonna be. Then in this section here, I'm planning on turning this section into maybe a town market, like a central market. Uh-oh. Where am I? Like a central market area right here. Have a couple of little crop areas up here, some more houses, and maybe some tunnels that lead through here. And then, of course, a little bit further down is where the first mine is going to be. Yeah, that's a lot of skulk I gotta clean up. Okay, so think about this first. Let's go plug up this waterfall. Okay. Break this down just a little bit. Like I said, I've never attempted a build like this before, so it's going to take a little bit of time. And there's a reason why I went and got another beacon. Whoops. Most important thing about the Dwarven build is I need to make sure that everything is structurally sound, because I don't really want there to be like floating rocks or, you know, anything like that. In this kingdom. All right, so boom. This right here is the side of the forge. A little bit more wood. There we go. View of Grand Forge. Then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 13 blocks. I feel like is more than enough. Oh yeah, that's way more than enough. Might be a little bit much. Okay, so I wanted to link up with that pillar right there, this natural pillar that's right here. So let's see. Hit my limit from Minecraft. My brain is fried. Have a great stream. Gonna head out. Also drink. Will do. Hunter, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the great idea, by the way. I appreciate it. Actually, yeah, I should take a drink. It's been a little bit. Damn. All right. So, question is, where do we gotta go to make this work? All right, I am gonna cheat a little bit here. All right, so this is 15. You know, we're just gonna go up from here. So one thing I like about builds like this, chat, is I like the challenge. Oh, we gotta go out a little bit. I like the challenge of incorporating like some of the natural landscape of everything. Then what I think we're gonna do is start going up right about here. Whoops. Do. All right, so where does this next layer start? Where do we want this layer to begin? We're gonna need it up a little bit higher than normal. So I'm thinking here, maybe? Layer is this? 58. So where are we at now? 44, 45, 6, 7. Oh, we still got a ways to go. Hey, look at this. Free stuff. Bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. Where are we now? 59, one more. One lower. Whoopsies. Do. Alright, doing the actual digging of everything, I'm gonna set up the beacon for that, because I could not be bothered to do all of this by hand. Oh, hello. Are you a flooded cavern? You are a flooded cavern. You suck. Taking out all my torches like that. Rude. The mountain provides. The mountain shall provide all the resources we need. The only issue is I have no idea how far into this wall we are. Oh. Oh, how far into the wall are we? Breaks out. Oh. That far. Okay, fair enough. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is gonna be the layer where like the next segment of the kingdom is gonna be. Yeah. Oh, this is so cool. If we take out this pillar here, we'll have a complete overview of this whole section here when you're walking. Right? You'll come down the staircase. And then you'll just be greeted by the next major site, which is the Grand Forge. So, if we go with that vibe, $58, right? This will be a nice little cut spot. Yeah. Oh, let me put some torches on this. Whee! This might be a little close, actually. Could work with it, though. Hold on. And we can start going up. Kind of like this. You suck. Get wrecked. There's no way I actually just eyeballed that, right? Yeah. I don't know. It's obviously not going to be that steep. So guess we'll do that to make it start gradually turning. I don't feel like having the staircase this wide is a good idea. No, it's not. It looks really weird. Yeah, having it on a bit of a sharper angle kind of makes sense. God, I really wish I could fly. I miss my mods. I mean, this kind of works. Yeah, it still has the gradual 4 blocks. Oops. I'm just gonna need to cut into the wall a little bit. No big deal. The walls are gonna get revamped anyway. So yeah, one more thing I didn't take into account here is the slabs are going to make this staircase a lot more gradual, not steep. But that's okay, because we want everything to flow super nice. Yeah, that's kind of how we're looking for. Nice, cool, gradual decline with a gorgeous oversight of the rest of the entrance. Again, obviously, we will fix the walls. We will fix the walls, but I think this is how we're gonna let this go. Yeah, I figured I was gonna run out pretty soon. Trust the process, chat. Whee! Okay, we got a lot of stuff now. Get some more dark oak. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of glow lichen, a lot of torchberries, I feel. And the best part is, like, as soon as we get like the foundation of this area laid out, once we get a general idea of how everything is gonna go, and like the flow of especially the main road, everything is gonna go so much faster. Which we're actually getting pretty damn close. I'll be honest, this would be going faster if I just set up a beacon. But I am committed at this point. And all of the ores and stuff that we're gonna get as we're constructing this whole thing. We're gonna need a lot of stone brick. And we're gonna need a lot of decorative regular stone blocks as well, which is part of the reason why I'm glad I'm doing this with a silk touch pickaxe. Especially a netherite silk touch pickaxe. So if I was using any other pickaxe, oh boy, this would be a nightmare. There's a reason why a lot of builders don't really necessarily do anything in survival mode until they get netherite. This would be the reason why. Okay. And then that's that. The actual floor starts right here. Yeah. All right, so we were, what is that? 2-3 blocks off? Yeah, about 2-3 blocks off. Not that big of a deal. All right, so I was actually right the first time. Huh. Funny how that played out, right? What did I come up here for? My shears. That's what I needed. Yeah. Damn. Efficiency 5. Kind of goes hard. All right. Cool, cool. So now what I think we're going to do is we're going to go up to the surface. We're going to go grab the beacon. And we're going to plop that sumbitch right here. Excuse me. We're going to plop that sumbitch right here. And this will be where we start building homes and houses and actually get some people living here. Start digging everything out. And the thing that's going to be really challenging for me is the verticality. Because I'm used to building kingdoms and stuff, like massive building projects on flat land. Like, I want to add some diversity, some height to things. You know? And the other good news is, I'll be able to patch that hole. All right. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the proper layout for the beacon. I can never remember. Yeah, I think this is right. No, needs to go over one more. There we go. Now it's right. Now we dig up. Now we have to figure out where we are. But we definitely got to go pretty high up. Oh, I don't have dynamic lighting. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is convenient. We broke right into one of the towers. Well, this is great. Now it'll be super easy to break out and get access to sunlight. What is it? F3H. Oh, wow. Okay. Also pretty interesting to see where each of the places lead. Alright, come on, friendos. Come, repair my shears, please. Okay. That's good enough. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna build back up. There we go. Off it goes. Alright, now all we gotta do is just go get a piece of iron or any kind of metal. Stick it in the beacon, and then we have haste 2. Which I'm not mistaken. There we go. Piece of iron. Okay. So that's that. That's covered. Let's see. Alright, here's where organization is gonna get a little nutty. Alright, so the stone stays here. Wood, wood, wood. More wood. Brick goes there. Then stone there. Put the shears back for right now. Ditch the leather tunic. Off we go. Alright, boom. Haste 2. Yes. Now, we insta break. What would have taken the dwarves thousands upon thousands of years to dig out, we shall dig alone. This is probably one of the most satisfying things about major builds like this, is just being able to take a pickaxe and just do this. I don't know. I find it incredibly satisfying. Organization is about to get crazy. And the amount of blocks that are about to open up to us is also about to get nuts. Because now that we actually have some depth to the levels and where we're digging, we're going to be running into the different stone types as well. Andesite, granite, diorite. But that's good, because this is going to open up building opportunities now. Zoom. Ah. Can't be getting sleepy yet. There's a lot of work to do. But no, we're obviously not going to be able to cut through all of this today. No, I'd be crazy to do that all in one sitting. But this will open up to all different kinds of like cave systems and ore deposits that we missed. But that's good, because that's what we want. We want to have access to all those ores. We want to have access to the cave systems. It opens up and expands on the opportunities that the Dwarven Kingdom has to thrive. But what's really cool is now we can go up here and do what I said that we were going to do. Rip out this whole thing. In order to connect these two pieces of the tunnel. Did I say tunnel? I meant cave. So that's what this is, a cave. We are going to be making so many trips back and forth. Trying to preserve all of this cobblestone. Or not all of this cobblestone, all of the, stone. But yeah, look at this, guys. What was once two separate sections of the cave are now slowly conjoining into one. Alright, let's go empty our inventory. Maybe I should bring a couple of chests down here. Yeah, I'm gonna bring a couple of chests down in the mine. Granite, diorite, gravel, mob drops. Then let's grab a stack of chests. That should be good enough. Whee! Yep. Just stone. Whee! Yeah, that beacon's gonna have one hell of a range. Never shall we have to worry about running out of the beacon range. as we're digging down, though, I have to be careful to make sure to keep the natural flow of the tunnels, or the natural flow of the caves, because otherwise it's just gonna look man-made and really, really shoddy. That's not the goal here. We're looking for naturally, you know, beautiful. At the same time, I gotta pay attention to the rest of my tools so that way I don't accidentally break another fucking netherite pickaxe. Oh yeah, the pickaxes are gonna get a workout. Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna set up a couple of chests. I would say right about here. Just so I could quickly dump my inventory. Then we'll sort everything later. Looks like I am being summoned, though. Alright, video settings. No, I don't have dynamic lighting. Fuck. That sucks. Yeah. Poop. There's also a fly in my room. This little bastard has been annoying me this whole stream. Fuck off, you little cretin. Oh yeah, we're gonna have so much coal. So much coal, so much copper by the end of this. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, see what I mean? I already almost did it. I almost lost that pickaxe. Jeez Louise, dude. So yeah, a lot of our torches are gonna break, mobs are gonna spawn. And honestly, it's okay. Yeah, that's so much nicer. So much nicer to do. Instead, what we can therefore do is just grab a couple of shulker boxes, empty those chests, take them up to the surface for sorting. Alright, natural flow. Natural flow. Alright. Chad, I apologize that most of the gameplay now is just digging, but this was my entire goal for today. It was to get the staircase in and then proceed to dig out the area for a residential area. And surprisingly, with it only taking like not even 2.5 hours. Now, decorating everything and then making everything look nice, that's going to be a different story. That's going to take a lot longer. speed. Keeping that natural flow, baby. Looks good. Yeah, even that pillar right there, that came out pretty nice. Soon we're gonna hook up with a spot that's gonna be the main floor. There's so many mobs underneath here. Oh, there they are. Alright, clean this up quick. Then that is pretty much gonna be it. Oh my god. Hey guys, it's a fucking party down here. Look at that. What was once a cut off part of the cavern is now a permanent addition. Brady, hello, good sir. Thanks for the subaroonies for 3 months. You must have lost your streak or something, because I know you've been subbed. Oh wait, no, this is your new account. I'm dumb. Never mind. Goodbye. All right. We zoom. Ah, perfect. This is what I was looking for. A nice gradual entry into this section of the mountain. Good, good. We love to see it. So, we can now take this part and transform it into something new. It has a nice little exit over here, which I kind of like the idea of using this as a separate gateway that will lead down into the ow. Nope, fuck off. That'll lead off into the port that'll eventually exist. Come on. So that means probably that whole section needs to be cut down. That needs to be cut down. That needs to be cut down. This little blob here, this needs to be cut down. Oh, we're just outside the beacon range over here. That sucks. It's fine. It's not that bad. Alright. Whoop. Let's close this off a little bit, so that way I have walking space. I hate the fact that you can't insta-mine through ores. You would think that something as powerful as a fully fledged beacon would be able to do something like that. Be gone. Looting 3, by the way. Didn't get a single gunpowder from that. Alrighty, chat. So, like I said, this entire section here is gonna have to get cut out. Like, probably to the very edge. So, right here. Freaking coal. Axes already? That's kind of crazy to me. Ooh. Didn't realize I was so close to the edge right there. Alright, so let's just dump all this stuff. Building materials galore. Yippee. Okay, so let me think here. We have our first residential area up here, right? We have a nice viewing platform right here, down into what's going to be the main, like the square, right? The town square. It'll come around this way. Right? All the way around. Until it links up with this place. Then the tunnel will come this way. Down the staircase onto this layer, which will be our farming, or not farming, like residential area. So a square, market maybe, a little dwarven market. Maybe some more housing, some crops. I'm actually thinking about keeping the crops up top. Is that way all the fumes and stuff coming off of the forge and all the forge basins down here will be out of the way. So the Grand Forge is going to be there. You'll be able to see it from the walkway. You'll come down this way out of here. And then link up right here to where you will be in line on the proper layer of where the mine is gonna be. Yeah. Now, it begs the question, where is the mine gonna go? Because the way I have this planned out, the mine is gigantic. Okay, it is... I forget the exact dimensions of it. But it's pretty big. I was thinking of having it over this way, because we have the lava lake right there. I could definitely expand upon that. Then hopefully be able to open up a tunnel that goes over here to where the Grand Forge is. But I'll tell you what, this lava lake isn't that big. my face. We have 2 amethyst geodes over here. And I mean, if worse comes to worse, I can always just make a lava lake. You know, just hand make one. It doesn't really matter. I don't know. I have a really strong feeling that we're gonna have to do quite a bit of terraforming, especially underground. The layered stone is nice and all. I don't know. I don't know, chat. There's a lot of work that needs to go on down here. Not to mention, we're also not even remotely done with the fortress. We still have all of the fortress to build still. I don't know, man. It's dumb. I don't know. This part over here just doesn't feel like it's big enough. But if I move just a little bit over this way, this part absolutely feels like it's large enough to hold the mine itself. But the thing I'm worried about with the mine shaft is the lava lake. I'll have to do some terraforming over the mine shaft. Okay, you know what? Right here. Right? Y level 15. This is where we want to be, right? Yeah, Y level 15. Yeah, this right here. This is where we're putting the mine. It's going right here. I'm gonna go over the lava lake. Right? I'm gonna go over the lava lake, but I'm going to encase the lava. I'm gonna encase the lava lake because that way it'll be like its own separate cavern. Yeah, I'm totally not coping, guys. I'm just making more work for myself. Yeah, Y15 and 16 is where we want to be. So let's go to the creative world real fast. /time set day. Then we're going to come back over here to the mineshaft build. Yippee! So this is what the mine is going to look like. I am going to snap a picture of that real fast so that way I can take it with me. And one more. Just so I can get the proper dimensions. So, deep slate tile, stone, stairs, spruce logs, and then a shit ton of materials for the torches, lanterns, and andesite out the ass. So we are just gonna go ahead and get the start of everything going, okay? So we're not gonna go too crazy. I'm gonna grab some stone, some deep slate tile stairs. Yup. We're gonna make some chiseled stone. Then grab some spruce. And then we're gonna worry about the copper stuff later. Chains, lanterns, fences, tons and tons of spruce trap doors. We'll go with 44 for right now. That's fine. And then also gonna need a couple of spruce fencing. That'll work. Now, all right, let's get this show on the road. We got 1, 2, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. I also forgot to make stone brick fencing. Yeah, because we got bam, 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 and bam. Let's do this. Because we have blocks of stone. Chiseled. Then more stone. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. I think that's how that goes. I didn't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, basically we just repeat this whole process going all the way down. Yeah. All right. Nope, wait, nope, none of that. There we go. Cool. Okay. So we're getting places now. So basically, the walls of the actual mine shafts are going to be about right here. Right. Then I need to go see how wide each of these segments are. We're just going to take another quick picture of this. Boop, and done. I just booted up the same world. Whoops. So then we can count the chiseled stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the next pillar is going to be right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, of course, we do that, and that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Same thing goes over here. Base floor isn't gonna match up, I just realized that. Walls. Then the really weird thing that I did. Yeah, I have no idea what possessed me to do this. Wait, no, that's wrong. That's better. Yeah, it's 3 segments on each of these areas. Yeah, all right. Now we're cooking with gas. And the best part about the central mine design is that it is completely tileable. So I don't have to worry about I'm not gonna have to worry about alternating patterns or anything. It's just one solid pattern. And that's what I wanted with the design. So that goes like that. How does this pattern go? It goes fence, or gate, fence, gate, fence. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah. Then there's one building block I forgot to include. And that is going to be the Dark Oak Stairs. So why did I have a whole bunch of Dark Oak Stairs in here? For this reason. Oh. Well, this is embarrassing. Okay. Not me forgetting to put one of the spare elytras I have in my ender chest. For reasons exactly like this. Well, thankfully nothing can spawn down there and steal my stuff, so pretty happy about that. Alright, well, let's put that on. Let's grab some of those. That. And we head back. Ow. There we go. Okay, where was I? What was I doing? Oh, the stairs, right. Yeah, so those go there. Then that's the first layer. Nope. You're... Alright, I'm gonna have to get some scaffolding in order to finish doing that. But until then... Boop, 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 boop. This fly is also going to die tonight. Cool. Boop, 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 and boop. And 2 blocks of standard stone. That makes up the total length of the mine. Get out of here. Just making the stairs a little bit easier to place. Cool, cool. And there. Yippee! Alright. So that's that. Now the last thing we need is just some decorative items, like all the copper. I gotta figure out also how to deal with the copper golems, too. Because I do want those guys running around here. Like, aged. And then there's also the rails I gotta put in here, too. Alright. So that means that also means that this entire section of the mine shaft, or the mines, are completely cut off now. Part of the reason why I wanted to determine where this was going, like, firsthand. Because as soon as we built it, that part of the cavern is getting cut off. So, first things first. Elytra, ender chest. Next thing, drop off some ore. Good. Next thing, scaffolding. Perfect. Okay, so... Why doesn't this look right? Something about this doesn't seem right. The dimensions are all correct. So what the fuck? Why isn't this right? No, it is right. Okay. I am just dumb. Ow. Okay, yeah. I am just incredibly stupid. Alright, cool beans. How did we handle this? It was something like this. Then, ow, my leg. Oops. Nope. Perfect. We do that. We do that. Over here, do this. Do bang, bang. Then that. That temporarily. Then that. Yep, that's level, or even, not level. What am I talking about here? Then, there's a chain that goes, come on, let me up. Down to lantern. Perfect. Okay, so there's that. all that's left to do is get the rails, the campfires, and then all of the copper bits. Then, that's a mine shaft. Hell yeah, dude. All right. We're going places, guys. Of course, we're gonna have to completely cover this entire thing. But yeah, we're gonna have to cover this whole thing, of course, with stone and everything. This will be our functional mine shaft. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go grab some of the chests that I have stored over here. Then we're gonna put that there. that. Fencing. Logs. Tiles. Chains. Lanterns. Stairs chiseled. Walls. Brick. Pretty much everything in my inventory. And then, of course, some scaffolding to do the job. But that is everything for the mine shaft. At least all the current building materials that I have available at the moment. I also know for copper, we are going to need a lot of things, actually. So, let me see here. The lightning rods, trapdoors. Oh my god. So, chisel copper. It's one of those things. The copper grates. Break down this to make trapdoors, lightning rods. You know what, let's just make 2 stacks of each. Just to be a little thorough, you know? Okay. Is it copper grates behind the trapdoors? I don't remember. Yeah, it's just more copper grates. Okay, and then of course we're gonna have to wax them as they're aging. So that's that. Really? Be gone. Alright, let's go ahead and get cash money out. Oh, don't do it! Whew. That was close. I forgot that this takes full friggin' logs of wood to do. Alright, so we need to use cash money a little bit. Get us some coal to make some campfires. One of the very few recipes that actually need shit like this. And yes, since they are hella expensive, making a few of them. But now all we need to do is take some of our birch wood, make some sticks, come over here, grab some of our iron, and make rails. Shabaloom. Now, of course, I don't have all of the materials to make the powered rails, but we can pretend. So, campfire. Hell yeah. Let's get some light, some movement. Oh, yeah. Give me those, give me those. And give me some of those, because that's supposed to be there. Boom, boom. Yeah. All right. Let's put that away. Then let's get some copper going. Shalaboom. Okay, so there are copper grates above there. So there's 2 layers of copper grates. Ow. those go there. That's how you do that. Whoop. Alright, and then as time goes on, those are going to age, and then when they get to the proper stage, we will axe them and honeycomb them to where they will remain permanently. Cool. So let's put all this stuff away. Let's get our rails out, because the rails need to go here and here. Then I'll leave spaces for where the powered rails are going to go. No. Haha! Fuck you! I got the fly. I got the fly. He dead. Caught him with my bare hands. Little bitch. Alright. Well, that's that. That's our mine shaft. So now, the primary builds that surround it can be made. I don't think that's how that was. No, it's not. Yeah, the edges are like that. The center is not. The center is just normal, as is. Cool, cool. Alright, chat. We've been going for a pretty solid 4 hours. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Got a lot done. Got the mineshaft started. We got the staircase built. And we started carving out the first residential / farming area. think the next time that we're gonna do, I think the next time we're gonna be down here, probably actually finishing up the mine shaft and getting a pathway built to it. Because there is still one more mine shaft we have to design. So that was the mine shaft at Y15. Now we need a mine shaft that goes all the way down to Y-58, which is a long ways. But I think that's a good place to stop for today. We did good. We did good. So, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate it. Let's go see if we can find somebody to go raid. Who is live right now? I wonder if any of my buddies are online. Is Hannah streaming? Hannah's streaming right now. Hannah's been streaming a lot recently. Let's see. No. Hannah's not streaming. Oh, chat. I know who we're gonna go raid today. So I have been looking into a lot of music recently, and there is this Poppet VTuber. Oh god. All right. Well, spoiler alert, she's a metal artist. Yeah. So, wow, damn. She just started streaming too, which is awesome. We're going to go raid Ricky Poppet VT, who is a metal vocalist that I discovered recently, and her voice is awesome. So, guys, go show her some support. She's currently doing some recording for some metal covers today, so we're going to go say hello, show our support, and I hope you guys enjoyed stream. Alrighty. Ricky Poppet BT. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Okay, chat, I apologize. For some reason, I am not able to raid Ricky at the time. She might have her raids turned off. So, here's what I'll do. Go and follow her. Here's her Twitch link. Go say hello.